Hello, namaste. Welcome to today's practice. We are going to go through a slow flow using blocks for support. So we're still going to be moving and opening the energetic pathways in the body. Really great practice if you're sore, if your muscles are sore, maybe you've done a lot of working out or a lot of intense yoga, and you need something that's going to help you open up those places of tension or stuck energy or just sore, tired muscles, giving them the opportunity to go deep with support without straining too much. So, from an Ayurvedic perspective, we can look at this practice as lowering or pacifying and balancing Vata dosha, so the air and the ether elements within the body and the mind. So, let's go ahead and begin in a seated position. You can choose, any block of your choice. If you don't have one, you can use a rolled up blanket or even a pillow, anything to just kind of lift up that you can sit on. We'll sit on the block. I'll use my block on the lowest setting, just like this. And sitting in easy pose or sukhasana, crisscross applesauce. And then take a few moments to just let the arms be heavy and the shoulders relax and sit up tall and focus in on your posture and your alignment. So make subtle little moves and adjustments. You might hear my cat being a psychopath right now. This is her zoomy hour. She got the zoomies. So you want to imagine starting at the base of your spine and you're slowly traveling up the spine as you grow a little bit taller, and the core maybe begins to activate more as you breathe, and the shoulders start to draw back and the chest opens a little bit, and maybe you tuck the chin in towards the throat just slightly so the back of the neck can grow a little bit taller. And then you inhale, reach both arms up overhead, press the palms together and look up at the hands. Exhale the right hand down, go up and over to the right, a little side stretch here. Inhale, rise up, the arms come up, and then exhale the left hand down, go up and over to the left, same thing, little side stretch. Going as deep as you want to, just remember conscious breathing. So either light ujjayi or calming breath, even inhales, even exhales. Inhale, rise up, arms reach up. As you exhale, you can twist to the right. Now, either the right hand can go on the ground behind you or just can go on your lower back. The left hand, you can press it on the outside of that right leg to kind of get deeper in the twist. Inhale back to center, arms reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Back to center. We're going to remove the block from underneath of us. Set it up to the top of the mat so there's a block on either side, 2 blocks total, at the top of the mat. Come into a tabletop, shoulders in line with the wrists, knees are hip width distance apart. Move into some cat-cows, move with the breath. Inhale, lift the butt, the chest, the chin. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. As you round, really press the mat away from you. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Back to tabletop. You can tuck the right toes under behind you and kind of straighten into that right leg. So the toes are tucked under the heel. You're pressing through the heel. The heel is still lifted. Just a nice deep stretch and activation. And then lift that right leg straight up. Keep the foot flexed. Lift the left arm out in front of you. Balancing here, tucking in that core. So every exhale, draw the belly button into the spine. Maybe stay here, or the left hand can reach back and grab the foot or the ankle, kick into the hand, kick and lift. Inhale, lengthen everything out. Exhale, just set the left hand down on the mat and step this right foot to the outside of the right hand. When you do this, you can take those blocks, grab them with your hands, and place them directly underneath of your shoulders. Now tuck the back toes under, the left toes, tuck them under, lift the left knee, extending through that leg, pressing the energy through the left heel. So you're in like a supportive lizard lunge. And you have an option here. Now that this back leg is extended, you can relax the knee down and untuck the toes. And maybe take these blocks out in front of you so everything is really extended out in the lizard pose. If the blocks are out in front of you, the hands stay on the blocks and you just melt the chest and heart down towards the mat. Keep hugging that right knee in towards the right shoulder. Slowly come up, lift the head up, bring the blocks back so they're underneath of the shoulders. Retuck the left toes, the back toes, tuck them under. Lift the left knee off of the mat if it's not already lifted. Bend into it and draw that left knee directly under that left hip and then place it back down. So that tabletop position. Send the right knee back, tabletop. You can remove the blocks off to the side for just a moment. We'll come back into them on the other side, but just tabletop with your hands on the mat. Now tuck the left toes under and just straighten into that left leg behind you from tabletop. So the toes are tucked under, you're pressing the energy through the heel, and then lift that left leg straight up, keep the foot flexed. Lift the right arm up. Feel yourself strong and steady, consciously breathing, even inhales, even exhales. Stay here or reach back, grab the foot or the ankle, kick into the hand, hug everything into the midline. The gaze is forward or even upward slightly. As you inhale, you lengthen everything out. Just set the right hand down and then step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Now you can grab the blocks and place them back under the shoulders so the hands are planted into the blocks. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee, extend through the leg. Once you extend through the leg, you can gently set that knee back down so it's extended behind the hips. Now for extended lizard, take these blocks, place them out in front of you as far out as you want to. Keeping your hands on them, just melt the head and the chest down towards the mat. So it's going to create that space to actually go deeper in lizard pose by opening your chest and shoulders. To release, lift the head up, draw the blocks under the shoulders. Retuck into the back toes, lift the knee up. Now bring that knee right under that right hip. So the knee is bent, it's on the mat. Tabletop position, both knees on the mat. Remove the blocks off to the side, tabletop. Downward facing dog, tuck the toes, lift the knees and hips, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot in between the thumbs, left knee goes down. Option to keep the hands down or grab the blocks, place them under the shoulders. Again, press the hands into the blocks. Now you can adjust the height of the blocks. Maybe you want to make them go up a little higher. That's great. Keep pressing your hands into the blocks. It allows you to lift up and out of the lower back and actually go deeper into the pose. So as you lift up and out of the lower back, feel the hips sink down a little bit deeper in the low lunge. And maybe you take a little back bend here so you can start to scoot the blocks back a little bit and keep pressing the hands into the blocks as you draw the shoulders back. The front of the body opens, the chest opens. The spine grows taller as it kind of arches back. As we come out of this pose, bring those blocks to square the top foot. Plant the hands into the blocks, step up, forward fold. Keeping the hands, let me remove my necklace here, sorry. It's gonna keep hitting my microphone and that's not gonna make any of us happy. So keep your hands on the blocks, press into them, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold deeper. Rise all the way up to standing. Inhale the arms all the way up. Interlace the fingers all together, but just release the index fingers pointing up. Kali Mudra. Try to get the arms behind the ears, even if that means you bend the elbows. Okay, inhale, lengthen up, and exhale, go up and over to the right. As you go up and over to the right, press the left heel into the mat and use the strength of the right hand to draw the left side body over to the right. Consciously breathing, steady breath. Every exhale, you draw the belly button into the spine and keep the core strong. Your inhale, you rise up to the top and you lengthen, and your exhale, you go up and over to the left. Same thing here. We're going to keep those arms behind the ears, even if you bend the elbows. As you go up and over to the left, press the right heel into the mat. Use the strength of the left hand to draw the right side body up and over to the left. Inhale, rise up. Bend the elbows to 90 degrees. Take a back bend like this. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Little micro movements to go deeper in the back bend. As you squeeze the shoulder blades, the chest opens, the spine grows taller. Coming out of the lower back, it gets taller, and you arch back and open the chest, open the rib cage, open the belly. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale, rise up, arms lengthen up. Exhale, forward fold, press the hands into the blocks. You can keep the hands pressing into the blocks and step back. If you want to float back, you can into high plank. Just be careful of your balance with the blocks. As you exhale, keep your hands on the blocks, lower chaturanga, hovering right above the top of the blocks. And then inhale, glide forward to upward facing dog. Keep pressing into the blocks. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts up high. Exhale, step it in between the thumbs. The right knee goes down. And then again, your hands are here on the blocks. Now, if you've noticed that it was hard to transition, you can always remove the blocks off to the side and then bring them back when you're ready. Either way, we're in low lunge. You can stay here or start to take that back bend where you draw the blocks slowly back, back, and back. Try to keep pressing into them. Squeeze the shoulder blades together just like we did with the back bend in the standing position. You open the front part of the body. You breathe into the tension and you meet yourself with it without fighting it too much. You have to feel it and master it in order to go beyond it. So don't run away from the sensations, just work through them diligently. And then release, planting the blocks underneath of the shoulders, squaring the top foot. Step up, forward fold, press into the blocks, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold deeper. Inhale, rise up to standing, arms up. And exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up, chair pose, bend the knees, hips go back. Press the palms together, cross the thumbs, and look up at the hands. Hands together, heart center. On your exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands down, make your way back through a high plank and flow with or without the blocks. Inhale the right leg up high and exhale, step it in between the thumbs. High lunge, you rise up, the arms come up. We're gonna take a twist and use the blocks to help us here in the twist. So the arms are up. Hold on, my son's asking for help. So high lunge, the arms are up, hands together, heart center. Inhale, lift the elbows, exhale, twist. So the left elbow goes to the outside of the right knee or thigh. You press the palms together to go deeper in the twist. Press the arm into the leg, leg back into the arm. You keep your gaze looking down. And right there, you can see like there's a block right there. So let's go ahead and straighten the arms, one up, one down. The left hand is going to press into that block that's on the mat right there. And stay here and hold. Think about your alignment. Feel the shoulders in alignment with each other, stacking the shoulders on top of each other. Feel that back leg engaged, pressing the energy through that left heel. The foundation of your feet, bring your awareness to the bottom of your feet, pressing into the mat. Stay in the twist. Keep your arms exactly as they are. Look at the right big toe, and I want you to step up into a chair pose, staying in the twist. So you're staying in the twist, and now the knees are even with each other. They're aligned with each other. The toes are right next to each other. Everything's in alignment. Now rise up to center chair and exhale, forward fold, pressing the hands into the blocks. And then make your way back through a high plank and a flow. Inhale the left leg up and exhale, step it in between the thumbs. High lunge, so you're gonna rise up. The arms are up, you are breathing. The hands together, heart center. Inhale, lift the elbows, exhale, twist. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee or thigh. Press the palms together to go deeper in the twist. Stay here and breathe. When you look down, you can see that other block is there. You plant that right hand on the block and lift the left arm up. So one arm is up, one arm is down. Stacking the shoulders on top of each other. Feeling the rib cage rotate around the spine. Keeping that back leg engaged by pressing the energy through that right heel. Look at the left big toe. Keep the upper body and the twist and the left leg exactly as they are. All you do is step the right leg up into chair pose, staying in the twist. Get the big toes in alignment with each other and then get the knees in alignment with each other. Don't let one knee pop forward or behind. Make them even. And then come into center chair, regular chair, hands together, heart center. And rise all the way up. Exhale, arms down. Take a moment here in Tadasana to just breathe. We got the heart rate up. We kind of got the energy and the fire flowing. And that's not what this whole class is about. So let's go ahead and bring it down a few notches. Inhale the arms up and exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands into the blocks and make your way back into a high plank and lower all the way down to your belly and your chest. Remove the blocks off to the side for a moment. Make a little pillow with your hands. Relax either cheek down and just take a few breaths here. When you're ready to move, we'll take a little cobra or sphinx pose. So we'll start in sphinx. We'll have our forearms on the mat with the elbows directly underneath of the shoulders. Plant the hands and the fingertips into the ground and the mat. Grip them like Spider-Man and start to imagine there's a string at the center of your chest, pulling it forward. So you're actually going into a deep back bend here, having as much energy, intention as you want. You can make this hard or difficult, or easy. And then you just imagine you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. The spine is growing taller. The chest is being drawn through and forward. And if we want to go deeper, draw the hands under the shoulders and press up into a cobra. The elbows can stay bent, or full cobra, extending the arms. And maybe the feet are separated. If there's pinching in the lower back, keep the feet wide. If there's no pinching, maybe bring the big toes together, or the big toes and the heels, squeezing the glutes. And then lower back into a child's pose, but grab those blocks on your way back. So in your child's pose, I want your hands to be on those blocks so you can really get some more depth in your chest melting down to the mat. And you can adjust the height. So if you can stand it, maybe make the blocks a little bit higher. Put the hands on it and melt the chest back down. Slowly rising up into tabletop, and then rise all the way up. So you're just on your knees. Grab one block and place it in between your thighs. You're going to grip the block the skinny way between the thighs. And we're going to come into a camel pose. And again, you can make it as simple or as difficult as you want it to be. So we'll start out in step number 1, hands to your lower back, fingers pointing up. Come into the pose, start to go back, but keep the hips directly over the knees and keep squeezing the block. Feel the front of the belly open, the chest open, and the shoulder blades come together. Even the elbows come closer to each other. Once you master this, then you can reach down and grab your heels. Maybe you grab one at a time. Maybe one side is different than the other, but you keep trying to keep the hips right over the knees. Keep squeezing the block. And keep breathing here. Steady, even breaths. Using your hands to your lower back to guide yourself out of the pose. Maybe massaging the lower back as you sit down and move the block off to the side. And then take another child's pose with an option of putting your hands on the block again. I'm going to do it again because it feels good. And then release. So you rise up, bring those blocks back with you. You can plant the blocks on either side of the hips. Press your hands into them, lift your hips up, lift your legs up, and try to extend the legs straight out in front of you, and then lower down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold over, Paschimottanasana. So you can try that out a couple of times. That's good strength training transition right there. make your little adjustments here. If you've taken my classes before, you know the cues and the adjustments in this pose, right? Don't round the spine, nice long spine. I prefer you to have bent knees and a straight back versus a round spine and a straight leg. So you can bend the knees and that will help you straighten your spine. Keep your spine straight as you re-straighten the legs. And if you want to go even deeper, you can take a block behind the feet to the soles of the feet and grab the other end of the block and really pull the block into the feet while the feet press into the block as you fold into this pose. And release, coming out of the pose, come down to your back, reclined twist before Shavasana. So take the block in between the thighs, squeeze the block in between the thighs. The knees can be like bent to a 90-degree angle, but we're gonna make it relaxing. So the arms come open to the sides, drop the knees over to the left, look over at the right hand, and try to plug the right shoulder into the mat. So it's okay if the knees kind of stagger apart, but I really want that right shoulder to be plugged down into the mat. Head to center, knees to center, drop the legs to the right. Look at the left hand and plug the left shoulder into the mat. Left shoulder into the mat. Head to center, knees to center, remove the block. Lift the legs up. Lower the legs down. Come into Shavasana. I'm going to turn off some of the upper lights and guide you through a short little Shavasana. And then I'm going to go cook dinner and go about my nightly routine. So lie down. However you want to be comfortable here is totally your choice. But bring your awareness to your feet and think, feet relaxed, legs relax, the hips and the belly, and the chest and the shoulders and the arms and the hands, and the throat and the face, the entire body relax. In the present moment, nothing to do, nothing to think about. Finally, the mind, think, mind, relax. Mind, relax. Take as much time as you need to here. You can stay in Shavasana, but we will close together. Thank you so much for practicing. I wish you peace and joy. Namaste.